So, this is the Indian Express newspaper, and today's date is 4 December 2025. And let's begin today's session. This is the slide of about the world, and this is the first news which tells about the Trump pauses all immigration applications from 19 countries. Okay, this is the sentence that is said by the President Trump. Okay, and the another news is about after discussion with US envoy of Trump's son-in-law Kushner, Putin partially accept US plan for peace in Ukraine. Okay, so this is the plan of Putin, that Putin is just the president of Russia. He's just trying to make peace plan with Ukraine. Okay, and we already know that there is a war that is held between Russia and Ukraine, and at from that war, the main conclusion that the president of Russia said that they are just trying to make a plan for peace in Ukraine. Okay, moving to the another news. I'm going to tell you all the important news of today, not each and every irrelevant news, only relevant news. Okay, so read it. Putin arrives today. Europe messages Delhi, lean on him to end Ukraine war. Okay, so another news is about we already read about this news that the Europe messages to Delhi that they will lean on him to end the Ukraine war. Okay, Miss Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, is just going to end this war. Okay, and this is the message. Moving on to the another one where the government backs down amid concern over surveillance, firms push back. Day after defending it, government scraps Snehar Shathi, sorry, it's a Sanchar Sathi order. Okay, moving on to the another, it's about the end of all-time low of 90.19, recross 90 mark against dollar on uncertainty in Delhi in deal with US food. I think it's a FPI. I am unable to remember the full form. I think it's a foreign portfolio investment. Yes, I'm not thinking. It's just the full form. It's a foreign portfolio investment outflow. Okay. So what's inside it? We all know that because we already reading newspaper each and every day from last many days, from last a lot of from last days. So we already know that the currency value of rupees is decreasing, depreciating day by day. Okay, today $1 is equal to 90 rupees. Okay, it's not 89 point something. No, it's end in 90.19. Okay, and this is a very vast, and in last 50-60 years this is the huge depreciation shown in rupees. Okay, so we have to read this news in very detailed way so that we are going to know about what is mainly happening in the economy. So not losing sleep, fall into fall not impacting inflation or export, says CEA. The euro continued its fall on Wednesday, okay, which breached the 90 mark against US dollar for the first time. So, foreign portfolio investment uncertainty around the India US trade deal and higher importer demand for the American currencies. So, the rupee ended all-time low 90.19 with opening of at 89.96. Previously close it's about 89.9, and these all are the data. So in Delhi, the chief economic advisor V Anant Nageswaran, we already know about his name because we are reading his name again and again due to this depreciation of currency, where the chief economic advisor CEA just saying that I am not losing sleep over it. Okay, so it rupees rupees will come back next year. It is not impacting inflation or export, he told reporters on the sidelines of the Confederation of Indian Industries India Edge Summit. Okay, that he is saying that there is no impact shown in inflation or export due to this depreciation of currency. But as a economist student, I am saying that there are a lot of things that is shown. If the cost of already I or either any economics student who is trying to read this newspaper, I'm just trying to say that it will increase the inflation. Okay, it will. Either the CA said, either the RBI governor, I think the name is Sanjay Malhotra, anyone, whoever, anyone, if says that the inflation not caused by the depreciation of currency, then that's a very wrong sentence, okay? So, on Wednesday, the fall of currency was fueled by growing uncertainty around the Indo-US trade deal. So, emerging market currency include the Europe, said Anandya Banerjee, head command a commodity currency Kotak security. So, the rupees came under, this is the whole news. So, the rupees came under the pressure, which stop losses was triggered above 90 level, especially from leveraged trade and option sellers who were defending that zone. Okay, so further weight on currency, Banerjee said persistent selling by overseas investors in the domestic equity market also contributed to rupee depreciation. So, foreign portfolio investment this year it's overloaded rupees 8369 crore equities. Okay, so RBI, what RBI said on the forex market participants. So RBI was active in the market to moderate the fall in the rupees. Through the intervention was limited, the RBI has consistently stated its focus is on managing rupee volatility. It intervened in the market today, but it did not defend any specific exchange rate level, said an analyst. Okay, so impact of rupees slide. What are the impact? The rupee slide beyond the 90 mark has increased hedging cost with with forward premium jumping as both corporates and leveraged traders rushed to secure protection against further weaknesses. The 1 year USD INR, these all are the 7 BPS, 12 BPS, 3 sections. So these all are the slides that showing the impact of rupees. Okay. So these all are the impact of rupees slide. Okay. Rupees to remain under pressure. The managing director of Kotak Mahindra, Nilesh Shah, AMC said it is difficult to figure out whether the rupee will bottom out at 91 or 92 or 93, but we think depreciation of 2 to 3% of the rupee is needed to maintain the export competitiveness. Okay, the real means real effective exchange rate model also suggests 2 to 3% depreciation every year, okay, day by day. So with RBI policy due to December 3, market will look for cues on whether the fall or stabilizing the technically the rupee remain oversold and needs to reclaim 89.8 to recover meaningfully, said by Jatin Trivedi, VP, Vice President, Research Analyst, Commodity and Currency, LKP Security. So today's debate or today's news is mainly focusing on the depreciation or diminishing value of the rupees that is shown. Okay, we already read about this news in a very detailed way. Still, if you have any doubt, any confusion, then please read this graph. You will get a lot of ideas through this graph. Okay, moving on to the another one. It's about the TMC. Raise heat on SIR. PM ask MPs to temper pitch in Bengal. As government signals written Sonali Khatun's one wish. Just ignore this. Hmm. It's about the city, and the news of city I already highlighted. I already read, but I will try to give you in short summary detail. It's mainly about the air quality index that is decreasing or getting worse day by day. As the Indian or as the Indian student, I'm just trying to say that nothing is good there here. The quality of air is worse, the quality of water is worse. If you want good quality of water, then you have to buy water. If you want good quality of water, then you have to use air purifier. What's the point of living here? And still we already add one more point, that the point is that the currency value of this country is also decreasing or depreciating day by day. It's also the point. But we do not need to be laugh. As an Indian, we have to maintain each and everything, and uh, we have to cope up with these changes, and it's our responsibility to make our environment clean, to do not make create pollution, making a Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. These are all are the initiatives that is launched by the government. So we all have to support, so that like 50-60 years ago, the same air we can able to breathe, and it will help to our future generation, and it will help in sustainable development. So it's our responsibility, and we have to be responsible. Laughing is not a thing or not any activity that can solve any issue. Okay, moving on about the city. It's also about that, look at this, the water quality. Mm, it's about Red Fort blast, which already happened 7 to 8 days ago. It's a parliament winter session. Look at the quality, means look at the air of, due to this pollution they are using the mask which has air purifier. Look at this condition, means they have to stop, what they have to stop the running vehicles, mainly the important vehicles that is very needed, like ambulance or public transport is used. Either any personal transport, anything should be banned. These all are the, in my opinion, but it's will be helpful. Okay, moving on to the another. Hmm. What Nirmala Chachi want to say? She want to say about the finance. Sorry, she want to say about the as a finance minister of India. She just want to say about the tobacco excise duty will be shared with the states. Means she is just trying to say that she will increase the tax on tobacco products. Okay. Moving on to the politics page. Hmm. OBC event offers window into Karnataka leadership tussle. Okay. So finally we are at the editorial page, and I'm just trying to give you a lot of ideas what the author just trying to say, and what are the topic that is chosen by the author. But before reading any topic, first we are going to read each and every topic, and after that we are going to think which topic should be reading in detail, read out in detail, or which topic should I skip. Okay, would I skip? Sorry. I know my grammar is not good, but I will try to improve it. So, the word of the day is, I had the a way of understanding over the a way of ignorance any day. Douglas Adam, this is the author. Okay, for getting understand about anything, we have to ignore anything. This is the main. I'm unable to understand, but this is the main thing that he want to say. Okay, for being a very much strong-minded person, you have to ignore small things. Okay. So, first topic is about to scale up our climate ambition, a 7 point plan. Okay, don't rush into prop up the rupee. Okay, this is the important. This is my star. An all powerful general, a weak state. A half story of Congress is no story at all. NCRT introducing to Constitution is confusing. So read about first one, and after that star mark one. We have to read two articles today, and after economics page, and after that explanation page. I know the session will going long, but whoever the student is, however the student is too much sincere about any exam, then please watch this long session in detail, because you will get a lot of ideas and you will able to improve your vocab, your English, your grammar, everything. So read it. I'm not telling you that listen my voice. Just go in the description box. I will upload this PDF on that box, and from that link which is uploaded by me, please go to the link and please download this PDF and read it in detail, so that you will able to develop your personality also. Okay, so move on, it's your choice. Don't rush in to prop up the rupees. On Wednesday, the Indian rupee breached the 90 mark against the US dollar. Okay, so over the past year, it has fallen by 6%, and its decline seems raise concern in some quarter. The current juncture, intervening heavily in the market artificially prop up the rupees will appropriate strategy. Exchange rate are a shock absorber. So the temptation means lalach to target the rupee around a particular level should be avoided. So Donald Trump tariff have impacted competitiveness, import surging, gold export also showed, and India's trade deficit surged to high. This widening goods trade deficit has come at a time when capital flows into country are coming under pressure. So, while net inflow of foreign direct investment (FDI) stood at $2.9 billion in the second quarter as per data from the RBI. In the first half of the year, there was depletion of $6.4 billion foreign exchange rate, so weighed down by the continuing uncertainty over the US India US trade deals. Moreover, in the current environment of low price pressure, the consumer price index was 0.25% in October. Even lost concern over the impact of a weaker currency of inflation. The central bank should allow the calibrate depreciation of the currency, smoothing out of the excess volatility. It must also seal the long pending trade deals, which will help improve market access. Okay, so this is about the rupee and how it is feeling, it's getting rush out in the economy. Okay, so moving on to the another article. To scale up our environment, to scale up our climate ambition, a 7-point plan. So, Montek Singh Ahluwalia and Utkarsh Patel, these two are the author of this article, where we are required under the Paris Agreement to submit new indices covering the period up to 2035. We have confirmed that we will doing so soon. Ideally, the new, it's about what? Let's read it, and after that, we are going to summarize it in own words. Where the article we identify 7 elements for our energy transition strategy, which should important in the next 10 years should be reflected in our NDCs. So the target reducing the emission intensity of GDP. in 2030, 45% compared to 2020, 2005 level. Okay, so the target to reduce the GDP to 45% from 2005 to 2030. Okay, so GDP growth at this period is about 7.6%, and it's declining, reached a peak around 2035. Announced will give credibility to our commitment to decarbonize. It will also help counter the criticism that India, the third largest emitter, and emission continue to grow. So, since economy is expected to grow fast and electrification is expected to increase, we have catered to rapid growth, total electricity demand, taking the total generation capacity to around 1600 gigawatt. Of the solar and wind, which are subject to intermittency, would be around for 1200 gigawatt. So, the new solar and wind capacity would also require expansion of the grid infrastructure. The model results suggest that to ensure peaking of total emission around 2035, no new unabated coal plants should be commissioned post 2030. Okay, so coal production states such as Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh ample time to adjust to falling employment in the coal mining industry by introducing retaining programs, by diversifying and displacing workers. Okay, we have achieved 99% railway track electrification, carbon credit trading schemes. Inside it, there are schemes that is explained about that carbon credit trading. And moving on to the another passage where it shows about the renewable and solar seasonal variability in electricity generation. Okay, so the model we have used estimate the approximately $62 billion annually, 2026 to 2035. Okay, so additional private investment, etc. The remaining 20%, roughly 12.5 billion annually, will have to come from international source in the form of additional private debt and equity flows. This can be greatly helped by expanding lending from MDBs aimed at risk mitigation. It should be possible to attract foreign capital at a scale to support this move. So, the 7 point agenda outlined above could be elaborated into an economy wide transition plan. Implementing such strategies would involve a combination of action by center, the state, and the private sector. Okay, so these all are about the mission will give credibility to our commitment to decarbonize. It will also help counter the criticism that India is the third largest emitter and its emission continues to grow. Okay, so moving on to the another. I didn't do this. Russia has shown economic resilience, but it's sustainable. Critics of Modi's culture Swaraj don't get the irony. When we give up hope, our children. About the nation where global summit invite. So finally, we are at the explain page. It mainly explains the economy again and again, and it about the depreciation of currency. Putin's visit, the long arc of India's ties with Russia, the road ahead. National security concern and Trump's immigration crackdown. Sports. Second ODI Protease. Betting might due leave India high and dry. So this is the last slide that I'm going to read. It's about the economy. We need to up our game, to quote FDI. Global supply chain companies not losing sleep over rupees fall, says chief economic advisor. Okay, moving on to the another, it's about the rupees that the that the currency value of rupee is decreasing. Okay, this is about the value of rupees fall. We already read about this news in first page. Okay, this is the another where weakening rupee is the perfect medicine for problem of elevated tariff. Another news, IBC resolution. House panel raise concern over haircuts asset valuation. Rise above differences within while seeking deregulation. VP secretary to industry. The AI frenzy is triggering a new global market supply chains crisis. Okay, so thank you, and I'm going to end this session. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Okay.